Alright, everybody, good night and welcome back to another edition of the Bullshit Gamers. Tonight's edition, we are going to be talking about gaming accessories. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Like you.
Joining us tonight is our first lady of the Bullshit Gamers, Gamer Jitsu.
Konnichiwa.
And also our newest member, Mr. Killer Hornet.
What's up?
Of course, this is Buffer Kid, SD Media Productions, SDM Buffer Kid Productions, and joining me today is my little bitch, Jay Blackheart, BMTV.
Bitches.
Okay, alright, first off, video game accessories. Now, growing up, each of us have certain accessories, like, say, the Nintendo Power Glove, the Nintendo Zapper, and stuff, other game accessories like that. We are going to determine what was the good, the bad, and the ugly. Who would like to start us off?
I guess I'll go ahead and start us off.
Okay.
Yay.
I guess let me start off with the Super NES Super Scope.
Ooh,
Oh.
I did have one of those.
I did too. I mean, it was good. Don't get me wrong, but I noticed a few times that the sensor was unresponsive.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I noticed that too. It's like some way you had to set up the sensor in order to pick up the interface. It was almost like a wireless zapper.
And really, to be honest with you, there weren't much decent games for the Super Scope. Just a few titles. I mean, all in all, I mean, the thing was bulky, but it was good.
Okay, and that also made a movie appearance too in Super Mario Brothers. They used that as like a prop for like a de-evolution machine. All right. Anybody else got any bad experiences with game peripherals that they can think of, or any good ones that they can think of?
I think the Nintendo Zapper could be considered as like a 50-50 good and bad thing.
Yep, I will
I
agree with
agree
you
with
there.
that.
And you want to go ahead and explain to us about that, Jay?
Well, let's just say that maybe after a couple of years of heavy usage and everything, the sensor wear staying on you.
Now, this is evident in either Zapper. Could be either the gray Zapper that originally was released with the system, or the orange Zapper that was later, released because they didn't want kids to think it was guns.
Real guns. Oh god.
Guns.
It's not like the Famicom gun. Jeez.
But yeah, we have seen one of those. Luke Morris one was nice enough to show us one of those one night, and
I would like one.
oh, those
probably can never send it to me in the mail.
not unless you buy it,
That's a gun. No, it's not. Yeah, it is.
it'll go right
I
to the
think-
X-ray machine.
I think some of the earlier models of the Sega Genesis Model 2 audio video adapters and even the RFU adapter, like the pins and everything, the earlier models were
Yeah.
kind of prone to bending.
Yeah, they
It was-
bent a lot. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were very touchy pins. It's like the same on the ATI. If you ever noticed, Jay, on the ATI graphics cards, that interface box, it almost seems like it has the exact same pins.
Yeah.
And they're very easy to bend. You have to be very careful. All right, good. Okay, what are your guys' thoughts on the Mattel Power Glove, released as an accessory for the NES? What it had, you had to put in codes, and then you had 3 sensors you'd mount to your television.
Well, I think it
I'm
looks
gonna-
cool, but I never played with it before.
If I wish I still had mine, I would sure enough send it to you so you could play with it.
I'm going to go 50-50 on that one.
Okay.
Really, because the only downside I saw about it is that it was sometimes a bitch to mount the sensor.
Yes, actually, when I had first gotten mine, you had 2 Velcro strips, and they had the adhesive on the bottom. Now, what you would do is you would mount your adhesive on one end of your TV. You'd position it up, mount the adhesives, and it stuck to your television. You would never take it
Wouldn't
off.
your parents get mad about that?
That would be the thing, though, too, especially if you had like an expensive television, and then all of a sudden you bring this little device and you stick these Velcro things to it, and your parents are like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
But I want to play Punch Out.
Freaking bad. Play with the controller like normal people do.
I'm trying to beat Iron Mike.
Do you know how much this TV cost
But
me?
you're
Damn you, kid! Smack! But yeah, I knew what it was like trying to mount the sensors. It was a pain in the ass.
Hey, but then again, I mean, speaking of more badass accessories, as in bad, I mean, what about the Genesis Turbo Touch 360 sensor controller? That was
oh god, that
Oh.
one where you like use your whole body.
No, that was the black controller that had like when the whole directional pad and the A, B, and C buttons were touch sensors.
Oh,
So that means there wasn't no buttons.
ooh, boy. Wow.
And then even more, there was a Genesis Soldier flight pad by I think it was ASC2 or whatever the hell the name of the company was. It was something similar to like the Power Glove.
Now what about like wireless controllers? Like, because Nintendo had like one that was made by Acclaim. What do you think about that one?
I don't even remember that one.
Well, that's what I'm about to say.
I actually do. I mean, what it was like a 2-pair controller. You'd have batteries, and then you'd mount your interface box, and you plug that right into your NES, and it was infrared controller, and you could play wirelessly. NES games.
I think I remember that one, but it's not.
Yeah, it had like the blue fascia on the controllers, and then the red buttons.
Oh no.
I don't know. Hopefully, I can find a picture of it, and it will be in this episode.
Well, how about does anybody remember the Steel Battalion controller for the Microsoft Xbox?
No, not really.
Basically, what it was is a mech-based game, and the controller was heavy as hell. I mean, the whole game...
Wait a minute. I do remember that. Happy Console Gamers showed off one of those. The thing was like a freaking full-blown control center.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, could you imagine having that sitting on your tabletop when you're freaking playing? All of a sudden, your mom comes home from work. You know, she's had like to say she had like a bad day at work, and you're sitting there playing Mech Assault with that big old controller. She'd be like, "What the hell are you doing?" "I'm playing Mech Assault, Mom." "You're scratching up my table."
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, but shit, that thing is awesome. It's like, dun, dun.
The only downside I saw to it was the price on it. Which, if I remember correctly, it was $200.
Oh, I don't remember what Happy Console Gamer paid for his. I know he paid like over $100 for his.
Well, I guess the next bad accessory could probably be the Dreamcast 4X memory card.
Oh,
ooh.
Because despite that there is 4 pages of memory in it or whatever, you still, when one page gets full, you still have to hit the switch on the back of it.
Oh, that sounds like...
I'll second you on that, Jay.
Oh, that sounds like a total piece of shit.
They had some of those for the PlayStation 1, and they'd erased your game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those were horrible.
Ugh. I trust you had a bad experience with one of those Gamer Jitsu?
Yes. I saved an RPG on it, and then I got really pissed off because I erased it.
I mean, even the PlayStation GunCon was pretty lackey too.
All right, so let's see. That's some more bad accessories. What's some other ones that we've had experience growing up?
What about a good one?
Oh, let's see. Good.
How about the Super Nintendo mouse?
Mario Paint. Actually, my brother still has one of those too, and they are rare to find nowadays.
Yes.
I had one too, and I sold it. Ugh.
Same here.
Yeah, he had actually had. I think he had his box and everything, and then he recently picked one up on eBay. I think what was missing was I don't know if he got the mouse pad with it or not.
But then again, if we still steady talking about bad accessories or whatever,
well,
what about
the mouse wasn't really a too bad of an accessory.
It was bad.
But it's just there was lack of game support for it.
Yeah,
I'll agree with that.
Well, I mean, bad gaming accessories or whatever. What about the big gigantuan Xbox controller?
Oh, you do?
Oh gosh,
Duke.
Duke.
That's what originally they called that controller. It was called.
Really?
Yep.
Crap.
Call it Duke. They should have called it shit.
You know, I still have a friend that has about 2 or 3 of those big old controllers.
I think I have one of those.
And what's the point of those? What's the point of them big ass things? Because I know they switched to the S version controllers, which are the smaller ones. But I mean, gosh, what they expect you to do? Have a freaking keyboard in your lap right there when you're playing a game?
Yes.
All right.
I guess so.
All right, let's go.
What about some of the gooder accessories?
Oh, you mean like the Dreamcast broadband adapter that is so rare to get?
Right.
Yeah. Which that would allow you to go ahead and directly connect your Dreamcast to your Ethernet network instead of running it via the modem.